yesterday.
Everybody got it yesterday, but yeah, that is.
That's what I got to chair, I'm afraid.
That is when we got it as a council.
She only signed it yesterday.
Yeah, so we can't get it to any earlier than what she signed it for. And again, the reason it was late was due to conditions out of our control. It was
I have some questions about that report, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
She said about the asset register. She's happy with this asset register. That she'd had her things off, and that things had been written off. Not been written off.
I think she's just referring to the changes that have been made to the asset register due to the recent review by the asset register working group. I think that's what she's referring to.
But she's put on the report items added, value, and written off a value. And come to council to write out.
No, I don't think it means physically getting rid of items. I think it just means taking them off the asset register. So that obviously the asset register working group has identified items which the council owned which weren't on the asset register, and some that were that the council no longer owned.
But shouldn't that still come to council?
The council did approve the asset register, didn't it, when the asset register?
We approved the asset register, but we didn't approve. It was supposed to come back to full council so that we could, for example, the tractor were there and stuff like that. That should have come back to council for us to write off. So, got to approve.
Well, people can't hear. Go to text and speak louder.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, nothing's actually been written off as such, as in disposed. Nothing's been disposed of as part of this exercise. It's just been a housekeeping exercise on the asset register.
Does any other councillors have any other questions? No, so could I propose that item 6, internal controls, internal audit, I propose that we accept it all and approve it. All those voting to approve? Just confirm Councillor Rushmore seconded that motion.
Yes, I've got that, Chair.
All those against?
Yeah, thanks, Chair.
And no abstentions. Okay, item 7, annual governance statement 2022 to 23. To consider and approve the annual governance statement for the year ending 31st of March 2024. Any councillors?
Yeah. Well, I think you received my email that I sent. So I copied you.
I received an email this afternoon.
Can't hear you.
So I'm just referring to an email that I sent to all councillors, including so far, and I just wondered if I can get a response to that.
So no, I think we might have talked about a different email, councillor. I'm sorry. We can just remind me what sorry.
Can I be? It was in response to Councillor Whitehead's email, which he not sign off the AGAR tonight. I'm just trying to find it now because I put some written questions at the because I was present at the annual parish council meeting, and they simply weren't answered. And it relates to reserves. I see the statement this afternoon that £266,000 this current year, the previous year, 22-23, has been moved from reserves. My question is, what was it for and who authorised it? And that, I asked that question at the annual parish council meeting, I think, yeah. And I think the public want to know as well.
So your concerns, Councillor Bates, don't actually refer to this motion. So when we're supposed to discuss things regarding this motion is to receive and approve the AGAR report. I mean, these accounts have been reviewed by an internal auditor who was a fully qualified accountant. And although the spending that we prefer not to have had to do last year, we cannot change the decisions previously made. As such, the AGAR should, in my opinion, needs to be agreed to avoid any further regrettable spending.
You want to know response?
If you want to respond.
Yeah. I'm not going to agree to sign off an AGAR report on information that I haven't seen. Not councillors, I believe Councillor Wytham has sent that report. I've not seen it. I don't know what other councillors have seen.
Sorry.
We've heard councillor complaints before about information not being received regarding the accounts and that. And the day before we had the meeting, we received rather complex financial reports, and I'm very expected to sign them off. I'm not prepared to do it. It's not for the internal auditor might be satisfied, but I don't think the council is. I don't think the public are.
That's what we're voting for, Chair, yeah.
We're not voting. The voting on this motion is not to say we disagree that this is being spent here, this is being spent there. This is agreed to say on that form where it's broken down in basic terms, saying this is in this account, this is in this account, this is what you spent, this is what you've done, all that sort of stuff. Do we agree with that? We may not agree with where it's spent. We may not agree with how it's being spent, but it's just accounting for all the money there. Councillor Webb?
Can I ask, has any councillor seen bank statements?
Again, though, this is not the, it's not part of this motion.
It is part of it, Sean. It is. You're telling us, and public, we're looking after them.
Sorry, come on.
We don't know what's left in them bank accounts. We've got to go on our word. I've asked for these bank accounts to look through them. I'm here for public. I'm not going to sign off something that says there's that much in when we haven't got confirmation.
It's either black or white. It's either in or it isn't, is it?
So we are liable.
Excuse me, get it in full chair, please.
Sorry, Jack.
We are liable. You're signing something off. You're liable with councillors. It comes back to us. If you feel free and everything's dunky-dory, sign it off. But you're liable.
Councillor Middleton?
So my, sorry. So my understanding is, for this, we are passing, considering and approving the AGAR report. So what is on that AGAR report? So what money, all them, when I checked over that the other day, that it's saying that's in that bank account, that's in that, that's been spent, that hasn't. And an auditor has always also checked our accounts. So the auditors checked our accounts as well. So
you've seen all that information? We haven't.
I've seen the reports that we've got.
Have you had that one as well?
I've had that, yeah.
How long have you had that one?
I could go back on the emails.
So regarding expenditure, that is approved and signed off at every council meeting, and it has been approved everyone this year so far.
So
Councillor Pete had his hand up, Pete.
Can the town clerk give us some advice on this? What do you think, Andrew?
On what, councillor?
Then?
My opinion on what?
Well, we're trying to decide here. It seems to me that it's trying to be hold it up. Am I wrong?
In my opinion, Councillor Hardacre, we are here to vote for the AGAR report, which is done by a fully qualified accountant, that says the things that we've all received are adequate. I'll just come to Maxine, if that's okay.
Can I ask, when you don't get signed this AGAR, who's going to pay the external auditor to come in? Because other parishioners don't want to be paying any more, what are they being paid out this year?
So if this AGAR does not get signed today, that means the period of public
if it's not signed today, not approved today, Chair, the council won't be able to meet the statutory period for the
and then the external
inspection,
officers
which will
could fine us.
there could be a financial cost to that.
they also charge for every email.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not my behalf. I did ask him. Did ask me. No, just asking questions. So yes, you're right. There will be a cost. There will be a cost for every email, every phone call received. The first cost will be tomorrow morning. If this is not signed off, well, Andrew would have to get in touch with the correct authorities and say we have not met our statutory requirements.
That all the details are actually on this AGAR.
Yes.
So what's the problem?
I'll just go back to Council Mills and I'll come and get you a café, then we'll go to vote.
Mine was the same. So I was going to ask, if we do not sign these off, how much are we going to get? How much is it going to cost us, basically? Because no one will know anyway on funds.
As for how much, we are not aware, we're not sure of that because this council has never failed. Can I just say that this council, this AGAR report is for the year last year. So if councils are not voting, basically saying that they have no control over the finances. Kathy?
That is actually what I was going to say. You've got the chairperson, or the previous chairperson, saying that they aren't prepared to sign this report off. But yet, you were making the decisions and your vice chair was actually signing the checks. So, from reserves, that was actually said in the annual meeting. So if you're not prepared to sign it off, what do you know that we don't know? And I'd just like to point out, we've had no accounts on the website since January. So Joe Bloggs doesn't know where the money's being spent. The previous council at least publicised things. So first of all, Councillor Bates, can you tell me why
Can you address the chair, please?
Alright.
No, you have to come through, Chair, Kathy. Ask me and I'll ask you.
Right, so can you ask Councillor Bates what's the reason why he won't sign them off when he was actually approving things with his vice chair that the other councillors didn't know about? They've actually said that in previous meetings.
Would you like to come back on that, Councillor
Yes, I would. I never actually said that. And it's one of the questions I've asked the clerk. It was one of the questions that was read out at the annual parish council meeting, that I never signed anything off. I was never consulted, although the clerk said that I did was consulted. It is not true, and I would like him to verify that what I'm saying is true. It is not true that the acting clerk instigated the movements of money, and that's the question I've been asking in writing, and I've not had an answer to it, and it's the reason why I'm not going to sign off the AGAR, because money was moved without my knowledge or any other councillors. And I will not sign off the AGAR until we find out who moved it.
Chair actually said that.
He said he signed for
Excuse me.
£100,000.
We're starting to talk about
I
staff.
did not.
We're starting to talk about staff now in the here. We cannot continue talking about staff.
Well, the vice
Sorry,
chair is
that-
not staff.
No, you did also mention other people. Not down vice chair. Maxine?
Can I ask, and I'm thinking, who actually was the clerk during all this happening?
Again, we can't talk about staff. Sorry.
But it needs bringing out now because this is ridiculous. Who was the clerk?
We
And
can't.
who had the authority?
We can't.
And which one signed for those checks?
We can't talk about staff. What I will say, Kathy, to your thing about regarding finance, so just speaking to Andrew, is it tomorrow, end of play?
Tomorrow,
End of business tomorrow, all the council will be on the website. The clerk has just informed me. So, or they approve the council will be on the website. So to move progress, I would like to propose that the AGAR is accepted in full. So I'd like to propose that.
I second that, please.
So can we have a vote?
Sorry, just this item is the annual governance statement.
Shall I have to sign the annual governance statement?
And also, are we agreeing that
A degree on everything on the annual governance statement.
that every item?
Every item is ticked as per the recommendations of the fully qualified financial expert. So I propose that.
Can I just ask, you're proposing something, can we have an official note put on the dissent on AGAR first? Where the councillors' initials.
It's going to be a count recording vote in there anyway as well. But yes, we
On
can.
the
If that's legal, we'll do that.
It says,
So a vote to pass the AGAR as everything on the box. No, sorry, we're moving progress. I'll give councillors plenty of opportunities and we need to move progress. Each motion should take 3 minutes if you look at standing orders. This has been discussed in more than 3 minutes.
Oh, we stick this for the rules.
No, we're not. So can we, so the motion is again to accept everything on the report and ticking yes on the box. So I propose that.
I second.
All for? All against? And that's no abstentions.
do we sign or do you sign it? Initials horizontal.
I'll just get the chair to sign it first. And then the chairman. 27. Yeah, if councillors want to write what they want to.
Yes, it's right on back.
You're right in the box.
Yes.
So one person write it, everybody sign it, date it.
Yeah.
Just bear with us more people, then more people get the sign. Thank you.
I'm sure they can sign it while you carry on.
Okay. So next item, item 8, annual account statement 2022 to 2023. To consider and approve the annual accounting statements for the year ending 31st of March 2024. So again, all council received this report. Again, we're just voting to agree that the report is correct and there's no things that the financial advice is to sign off the report. Any councillors? No? Okay, so I propose that we accept the report.
I second.
All for? All against? Any abstentions? Yes. Councillor White, how did you? So you abstained?
Abstain,
Yeah.
okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
okay, so item 9, public question time. To receive questions from members of the public. Julie, please.
Right, I want to ask straightforward what everybody wants to know in the community. In 22-23, how much did HTC have in the reserves? Ballpark figure, not what's been spent, underspent, overspent. What did we have in the reserves in 22-23?
so, yeah, it would have been that figure plus, plus the amount in the CCLA, around 200,000.
So the balance in the reserves was £345,225.
Right, thank
And then
you.
there's the 200,000-ish that's
Right.
in.
So we had a change of council. We've all been coming to the meetings over the last year. So now in the 23-24, what is the total that's left in the community pot in the reserves, please?
That plus the same CCLA.
So again, £79,095 plus the, what's in the CCLA one, it's a similar figure.
So in total, there's a lot that's not been accountable for that the public don't know about what's been spent. We know there's no accounts been on since the 31st of January. Are you able to tell us exactly what has been spent? Because there's people, there's councillors saying they're refusing to say sign an AGAR off. These are the people that's been responsible for spending the money. So it's a simple enough question, please. What's left? Who has spent it?
That's a point of order, that's an accusation.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
That's an
There's
accusation.
no point of order in public, but I will look at the accusation and see what it says, or was it just somebody's opinion afterwards?
It was an accusation.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't listening, but
Right,
if
but
that's...
it needs
As a
stopping.
whole, as a council, the public, it's a question
Can you
that
just
the
repeat
community
what-
are asking. We're reading on social media by people that seem to be in the know, putting figures out there saying there's over 200,000 been missing, overspent or whatever. So as a public member that attends the meetings, that's not been had access to accounts, that's not seen anything on the HTC for the last 5 months, it's a simple question. How much has the council overspent? Where is the money being spent? We can see where it's not being spent. So why is so little left in the reserves, please?
So obviously that's a lot of questions, information, so I've just been speaking to the clerk and he says, can I give it to you in 2 weeks? From start of play yesterday, start of
I'm
yesterday.
still waiting for mine that I was told I would have an answer the following day, and I've not received anything. I have told these. Sorry? No, it weren't Andrew. No, it was the previous councillor, and nothing's come.
Yeah, so we're talking staff again, we can't talk staff. What I can say is that I'm just speaking to the clerk and he says we'll have that information 2 weeks from tomorrow. You will both receive that information, the same information. I'm guessing copying the same email. Councillor Rushmore, you want to come in there?
I just want to say something, Julie, and to the public, genuinely. Anything you see on social media that you have not received from HTC, do not believe that as gospel. It is social media. I don't know where the figures are coming from. I've looked into the figures. I don't know where these figures have come from. Do not believe that as gospel.
So
There is a
can
big
I
set
come?
of lies.
Can I come back there, sir, and say I've seen some of the figures where one of the questions was where's the £200,000 It was right there, your right hand side of your box, love. It was there. You know, it was there, basically. Maxine, would you like to?
So, going on this social media, all these figures, can I ask when will all the accounts be going to external auditors?
Well, in the next few, the deadline I think is Monday, so if
Got
it's tomorrow
to
on.
have it there by Monday.
Because I was just wondering, you know these what are online, couldn't we have them looked at as well? But I mean, I know the last time we did this because of this person that we ended up with a charge, but don't we think that if
Really
stop it
now, Chair.
now,
Well, yeah, it's not a question for now. So, I get you what you're saying, but we're not
these
going to.
figures and put them to the auditor.
What we should do is we'll
the
get.
wrong charge the person who's spreading this.
We do, yes.
Once we get the accounts, we'll publish those accounts.
Can I just say something about your social media? We all know she's on about. This lady has put up
There's several social
and
media accounts.
stated,
There's several accounts that state.
yeah,
lots
and
of things.
stated it's not a true opinion. She does send for FOIs and she gets a lot of FOIs, but she estimates. So if you look at a thing, she'll tell you it's an estimation, not a true version. So why would they go to audit her?
Why is she spreading?
They're not going to audit her. But then why are they making? I think one of the assumptions was over £100,000 hour, I believe, on wages.
But it's wrong to give them estimation because
Yes.
you're causing problems in
I
the
agree.
community.
Estimation
That's
should
the
not
member
be.
of the public. They can do what they want.
No, they can't.
Yes,
They're
they
just
can.
spreading
Okay,
red lies
can
about
we-
and calling people
Can we order,
names.
please, and ask for the next question, please? Kathy?
Yes, obviously, as I've previously said, when we've attended these council meetings, all of you have either voted or abstained for the accounts to be approved. So again, that, with what you're doing tonight, makes me question why were you voting to approve the accounts in the first place? And there's certain people that are on a panel or that have said that they are checking the checks, the invoices and everything else. So why hasn't that been picked up before now?
Kathy, to my knowledge, the Backs Check Group has only met once, and that was February.
Did people hear that? Sorry? So there's a back check group that's only met once, as far as we are aware. Is that exactly?
Kathy, there were no openness and transparency.
Can you come to the chair, Gary, please?
Because you, as I keep saying, you've altered the format of the accounts. Before, in the previous council, we could see everything. Every transaction, every back payment. Now, it's as though someone just sits and types up.
Yeah, sorry, this man is trying to intimidate me. He's doing it with this one, he's doing with this.
Oh man.
Ain't-
Sorry.
Oh, he's off again.
I know.
I've done it.
You're staring at me.
Can I just say, Councillor Bass, that we've had these accusations before. We've actually got
I'm not
people.
intimidated, I'm just
No,
pointing
we're
it out.
actually saying we have got
You're
people.
mean, aren't you?
Can we point of order? Can I have a bit of order, please? So we have actually people who, because of the accusations being made, who spend the full meeting watching Councillor Gary. And at no point has he ever made the
No, I
accusations he's ever made. Sorry.
of course not.
I'm just saying, we have independent people looking. not just everyone. So,
Well, I'd just like to pick up on that. We had an incident where someone made an accusation of someone doing this, and then when you actually looked at a councillor's Zoom that's on YouTube and still on YouTube, you can actually see he didn't actually move his arms.
I retracted, Chair.
that's
I
correct.
think Councillor Kendall's an angel.
No, I'm not going to say that, nobody's an angel. General?
Yeah, but I'm not
Hey,
a liar.
something to add, Councillor Dobson, you keep saying quite a lot. Something to add? Okay, so if you don't say, can you please be quiet, please? Gerald, thank you. Sorry, can you repeat that, Councillor Dobson? Thank you.
Yeah, from all this then, are we to assume that the previous council are absolving themselves from all responsibility for what's gone on?
That's an assumption that you are entitled to make yourself, yes?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking the council. Is that what we can assume? We can say yes or no.
No, they can't. I have actually requested off Andrew information to clear this up, and I'm still waiting.
What I can say is, it appears, in my opinion, that the councillors who effectively run the council, because everyone else who kept out of things, are trying to absolve themselves from any blame. Yes, that is what appears to happen. That is my opinion.
This is what I'm seeing is true.
Can you confirm, Chair, that I wrote and asked for a full investigation for the last couple of years on all items, every person's concerned, including public, including chat groups and everything, and I've not had a response to that. We have been accused of things that
excuse me, as I keep getting told by councillors, I can't investigate stuff, so...
I'm speaking through the chair.
And can we
I asked
assume...
the clerk to respond to those things, and it's not.
This is getting personal to the clerk, so let's talk about staff.
Can we then assume...
I'm not talking about staff.
In future, that the questions that are asked will be answered as honestly and open as possible, and not just brushed under the carpet, as was the case in the last council.
I believe I have tried to do that. I have never shut down a meeting yet. And I do believe if I don't do that, then I'm quite happy for people to challenge me about it. Councillor Whitehead?
I'm just going to answer why I didn't sign Agard off. You've all been in meetings and you've all said you haven't got finance records. It's on video, you haven't received them, but yet you've signed them off. You've signed finances off in here when you've all stated you've never received them.
We've received finances.
It's on video. It's on video. You was asked, have you received finances? And you say, no, 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 no. But yet you've voted to sign these finances off.
I've received them, because I got them personal.
I haven't signed off.
Sorry, I just want to answer your question there. No, we've signed to sign off an auditor's report.
No, in the past, I was talking to, is it Gerald? I was talking to Gerald answering his question, why? In previous meetings, again, you've stated you have not received finances. It's on video.
That's fine.
But yet you've voted and passed them not knowing that you haven't received them.
It's relevant because this is a public question.
Is it because I'm answering Gerald?
And Gerald doesn't seem to...
The reason I didn't sign the AGAR off, Gerald, is because we haven't had this information. I'm chasing, I want to know where this money is. A lot of councillors do, and it's alright people saying, we've spent it. Do you know where reserves?
So again, the reports are signed off every month by council. I'm going to move motion. I'm going to move motion on this now. I'm going to move motion on this now because we need to. This is the public question time. Bill?
I appreciate your answer, Capel, but when we sit here, we see this us and them situation.
Yeah.
Right? And all my question is, can we assume that the old stuff, where we never got any answers, and it was quibbling between councils, and the public never got to know, can we assume now that in future we will get open and honest answers as far as possible?
That will be, yes, the best I will be able to do. Well, and if I don't give an open honest answer, then please tell me about it. I have no questions. I will not shut it down in meetings. Regarding the split, I don't disagree with you. Over the last few months, I have tried to get some resolution. I've offered meetings. I made sure that there's a mix of councils on committees, on panels, and things just come back and back and back. I've tried contacting councillors. They're not responding to me calls or my messages. There's only so much I can try to do, and if people don't want to come along for the best of this community, then that is their choice, and not the rest of the council.
Why aren't they actually councillors?
I can't answer that. So if nobody's got any more questions, then I'd like to thank you all very much.